castrating too early on a goat will give you the chance of developing a small urethra, which when you're trying to pass urinary tract stones, which are common in wethers, very common, especially the small ones, then you need to have as much urethra development as possible. So castrating early will give you a higher propensity towards having those issues. The other thing is he'll never really get that dose of testosterone to kind of develop and turn into a man on a muscular and skeletal level for those first couple of months where they're really growing and developing and having everything working right. That's why I really like that 4 to 6 month window. The pros and cons of doing it late is the con of late is that you're going to have a stinky ruddy goat around from about 6 months to whenever you castrate. That first rut season will be 4 or 5 months long. They'll be peeing all over their face. They'll have a greasy beard. They'll stink like a skunk. You can smell them from 100 yards away. A rutting buck is not a nice thing to have around. So that's one thing of the negative of castrating late. And then the other thing is you can get into temperamental issues. You know, when they're ruddy, they're just not quite themselves. They're full of hormones, all that stuff's going. And, you know, they can have a tendency to be froggy, like, you know, hey, who are you, boss? And then when you castrate them, they mellow out. So you don't want to get into that too much when they're getting bigger and trying to figure out where they fit in the scheme of things in terms of your family. Am I the leader? Are they the leader? You know, it's nothing like a complacent wether that's just kind of go along, come along versus a buck that's a little more aggressive and has its juice. So that's what I would say about that. So Marc Warnke, the goat guy, please remember if you need any help with goats, PackGoats.com can help you with everything.